kind of opening myself up for a bit of ridicule bit, but
Oh, no.
I full on believe in ghosts.
Oh, yes.
Fair enough.
That was
Really-
definitely going to be another question.
Yeah,
I love that.
And I didn't for ages, but now I was like, nah, they gotta be around.
Seen it all over Twitter and been like, what is this? And we have the developer here with us today. It's this amazing sort of 2D narrative adventure. And Rocky with a Gun is making it. It's Rocky with a Gun in the Dreamiverse, also known as Oscar Hocking. And it is called Afterimage, which we revealed in the magazine. Thank you, Oscar, for having that happen.
Yeah, should we jump in, say hi?
Yeah, let's jump in and say hi to Oscar.
Oscar, are you there?
I think so. Can you hear me?
You
Hey,
are.
Oscar, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming on the show and talking to us about Afterimage. Why don't you introduce yourself to the stream? Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, maybe what you do.
Yeah, so my name's Oscar, and I've been making Afterimage for probably longer than most people think. It's a narrative adventure game, sort of like the modern adventure games, like a Kentucky Route Zero or like Hocking, and it's about seeing ghosts of people that may be alive still, and that kind of bothering people. It's not a scary game though.
No, and the art style kind of belies that. I think it's such a colourful looking game. Some of the screenshots that have been travelling around Twitter and that, like, it does not look like your grim dark horror story. But what an interesting concept. It immediately caught my eye. I know you talked a little bit about it in a recent issue of Wireframe magazine. Congratulations for that.
Yes,
by the
it
way.
did. Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about the story and some of the characters we're seeing on screen here in the beginning of the game that you're showing us.
Yeah, of course. So the character you're seeing right now, this is a full named Hunrose, which isn't really a real name, but I was looking through a Cornish dictionary, which I'm from Cornwall, and that meant to dream. I was like, well, that's perfect, isn't it?
It's got to be.
Yeah, and you can shorten that to Hun, you can shorten it to Rosa, perfect. And so right now we're seeing like the introduction of the game, and the idea is that she just nods off around the place, staring out the window, and you got this very descriptive text happening at the same time. And yeah, I don't know what to say.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely beautiful looking. One thing I'm really keen to talk to you about is the way that you're achieving this gorgeous kind of flat lay art style, very like Kentucky Route Zero, as you said, maybe Oxenfree as well. I know in Wireframe you had a picture of it, kind of exploded isometric view. Maybe you could break it down, especially for the dreamers in the chat, maybe how you achieve this gorgeous style that like doesn't even look like dreams at times.
No, I sort of stumbled into it. It's quite easy, really. I've been meaning to try and make a tutorial video, but so all it is with the the effects gadget, you just turn off all your bloom and all your what's the other one? Sun rays, you know, your glare.
Yes, that's the one.
Right. Yeah, and so then you get an object and you turn off. Emit light, and then you just crank up the light on it, and you just end up getting this really flat texture to it. And that's all. That is it.
And that's it.
It's all sculpts, isn't it? And like it's sculpts because
most of it.
Normally, when you see 2D games in Dreams, there's a lot of text gadgets involved in getting that.
And there are a lot of text gadgets.
I mean, I'm sure there's also a lot of text gadget involved, but like just amazing to see that the way lighting can change sculpts by itself. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, what inspired the story? Because it's quite a heavy concept, isn't it? It's like if you're being haunted by someone who isn't dead yet. Like obviously the art style is a little lighter, but how did you end up thinking yourself into that kind of concept with the story?
I kind of opened myself up for a bit of, ridicule
Yeah.
bit, but
Oh, no.
I full on believe in ghosts.
Oh,
Yes.
fair enough.
That was
Really-
definitely going to be another question. I love that.
And yeah, and I didn't for ages, but now it's like, nah, they gotta be around. They just don't appear on camera somehow. I don't know. But I think a lot of people, when you dream a lot and when you're going around, there's some things you just can't explain. And sometimes it's just fun to go with it and be like, well, what if it was a ghost? And I think a lot of, the general message is like, oh, ghosts are dead people, but just what if they weren't? Right?
Yeah.
They could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I read a lot. I work for a library. That's probably obvious because I always post screenshots of libraries. So I end up reading a lot, and that's like the idea of the ghost and things is, it's explored a lot in literature. And I think the only game I've played where they play around ghost concepts was actually Kentucky Route Zero. And I don't know, I'm obsessed with them.
I love it. I love it. As a concept, the idea, this idea that you're, seeing people that aren't dead, because you do people leave imprints in your lives, don't they? And even you working at a library, it's like there's shelves full of people and people's brains and people's ideas and, people come and go in your lives. And it's like, I think this game is spot on. It's like, people don't need to be dead to still be hovering around.
Exactly.
Talking to you.
You need just think of the word like haunted, right? I think, you can be haunted by a ghost, but also you can be haunted by a memory, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Or, there's plenty of things. Or, this is my old haunt. There's a lot you can think about that way.
Yeah, my goodness, it's incredible. It's so great to hear that you work in a library as well, because I feel like it's a library scene that one of the ones that really caught my eye, a shot from Afterimage on Twitter, and it is like a big modern library with glass and stuff. Is that right? Do you go to a library in this game?
That first one, I think it's right. So the first one I actually sort of just nicked off of my old university library, and follow-on one was where I didn't put ceilings in or anything, and the idea was there's a lot of modernist libraries in Britain. I think we have really beautiful libraries that were built in the 60s and 70s, and I think that's an architecture that probably gets unfairly maligned because I love them. Really bright, airy places, lots of space.
Geometric, beautiful angles,
Yeah.
nice materials. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's amazing to see some of that recreated in a few scenes in this game, which is just looking absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I imagine I'll have to wait a little bit longer. It's like it seems like such a detailed work to put together. How is it working with so many sculpts and so many text gadgets? What are the kind of challenges involved with that?
My thermo's not very low.
We need an optimizer in the building, people.
Absolutely. That's my fault. I'm not brilliant at that. I think there's an easier way to do the things I'm doing, but what I find is actually when I get a proper idea, it doesn't take me all that long to actually make a scene. But what I find is I'm sketching a lot, and I'm making things. I'm throwing away a lot. Just as much as I've shown, I've probably thrown away 10 scenes for every one I show off.
I want to see all of those thrown away scenes now.
This is the artist's process. It's going to make for a great making of someday when it's all finished. You'll have all this amazing behind the scenes.
And of course, it being a story game, there's a lot of writing. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried writing anything before. Well, obviously, Jenny work for a magazine, you know what it's like.
It's a whole process. It can be a full-on headache, and when you're trying to fiction writing especially, and it's a huge project, a huge narrative that all has to flow in with each other and react to a player as well. Huge challenges.
Hopefully the thing I want people when they do eventually get to play it is I want them to come away thinking, oh, I actually enjoyed that story, even if it's a bit sad, even if whatever. I want people to actually enjoy the story of it.
I I wanted to actually ask you, like, what, almost, again, philosophical, but why do this? Like, what's this sort of achievement you're going for here? Is there kind of a particular achievement that you're heading towards with this game, where I want to make people feel this, or I want to complete this project, or is it just, it's a creative outlet? Like, where does the motivation come for you to make this?
I mean, for me, it's absolutely a creative outlet. I've always wanted just to be making things, and I've did a short film in uni, and we really put a lot of ourselves into it, and it was exhausting, but it was like amazing, right? Like, we got around into like film festivals and stuff, and won a couple of things. We were amazed by that, but it was it was an expensive process and it really took a lot out of us. Yeah, so, but being able to be on Dreams, it was like, I bought a PS4 for 200 quid and it was like, all right, let's just get cracking.
Crack the knuckles.
Yeah, but and like for the story itself, I don't know, it's okay to feel sad sometimes, isn't it? And there's a little weird like beauty in like these little moments you have between you and your friends, even if it is just like these tiny little things like, oh, I saw someone else borrowed this library book, right?
Yeah.
It's just nice.
It's like, when you open it up to the first page and, there's different names scrolled in there, and you just, that feeling that someone has been there before you, which is why Afterimage is such a great title, Oscar. It's so good.
Yeah.
I spent so long on that one. Rosa is a photographer, and the idea was that, you get ghost images. And, their image.
It's all coming together.
When Jen told me the title, I was like, oh my goodness. That's genius.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I gave myself a couple pats.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Pats on the back for Oscar in the chat, please.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what an incredible project. I am so delighted that we get to cap off our 2 days of DreamsCom creator sessions with Afterimage. What a great thing. Congrats again on the wireframe piece, Oscar, and thank you so much for coming onto the stream to talk to us about this. I can't wait to see what happens next with it, so keep us posted.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Oscar. It was so nice chatting.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, cheerio.
Bye.